Welcome to the Micheaux Mission. 2 men, 1 podcast, every black film ever made. My name is Len, a.k.a. Len, and as always, I'm joined by my partner.
Hey, this is Vincent Williams.
Tonight, after 1 week away from the mission, we return for Octavia April, our annual celebration of black science fiction and Afrofuturism that is in honor of the late, great Octavia Butler.
Yes,
the grande dame of black science fiction. And tonight on the mission, we are going to be taking in the selection of Miss Butler's one-time companion, Vincent.
Yes.
As we watch and review from 1999, Deep Blue Sea.
Smart Sharks.
Smart Sharks.
Smart Sharks.
Yes, yes. Starring Samuel Jackson, Thomas Jane, Saffron Burrows, and LL Cool J.
LL Cool J.
And a Renee Harlan film, Tonight's Stop on the Mission, premiering on YouTube for each and every one of you out there. Hello, missionaries.
Good evening, one and all.
Vincent, how are you doing?
I am fine. I am fine. Spring is here. The weather's fluctuating, but the pollen is telling me that spring is here.
Oh, do you suffer?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, you take the good with the bad. You get the warm weather, though.
There you go.
Yeah. And yourself?
With the warm weather came a visit from my daughter and my grandchildren last week.
Excellent. And how did that go?
That went very well. We had a good time hanging out and having a good time. They weren't a fan of my homemade waffles, so I had to get a box of Eggo waffles.
Really?
Yeah. Olivia liked the homemade waffles.
I was about to say, because that's one of your go-tos.
That's my go-to.
Interesting.
But the kids, they like the Eggos.
Like the Eggos.
They like the Eggos. And they thankfully ate the entire box of Eggos.
Sure.
On it. But it was good. It was
okay.
Good. We had a fun weekend. It was a good time. And I actually went on Saturday. I went with Olivia. There was a short film, not festival, but kind of like presentation that was happening in Philadelphia on Saturday night that was curated by friends of the show, the Ghouls Next Door.
Very nice.
As well as Wimoto Nyoka.
Okay.
Dusky Projects. And they were all short horror films that had like a social media bent to them.
Okay, all right.
So they were really cool. That
sounds
really
like a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, excellent. Good to hear.
We had fun. So and it was good seeing my baby girl.
Of course,
of
course.
Good time seeing her. But I will say, and my daughter is very happily married.
Okay.
And I love my son-in-law a great deal.
Okay.
He is currently deployed overseas.
All right. Thank you for your service.
And thankfully he's safe.
Yes.
But they have had a history of strange pets. My daughter grew up wanting, because she was a huge fan of the Justice League TV series.
Of course.
And her favorite heroes were Batman, of course.
Of course.
But Wonder Woman most of all.
Okay.
And her favorite episode on that of the Justice League was I think it's called My Little Piggy or something like that.
Yes.
The episode
Cersei turns them into animals.
Turns specifically Wonder Woman
into a pig. Yeah.
So,
great episode.
So my daughter, once she moved out of the house,
yes,
and got her own house,
sure,
fulfilled her lifelong dream, and got a pig as a pet.
Okay.
That she named Diana.
All right.
And she had this pig for about 2.5 years.
Okay.
And loved it. And after that, she once she had her first son, Avery, she realized, I can't keep a pig around with a baby.
Okay.
So she turned to dogs and
had a
cats.
barbecue and now got a.
She did not have a barbecue.
Okay.
They gave the Diana away to a petting zoo.
Sure.
A petting farm.
Sure.
Actually.
Lives upstate now.
She actually does live upstate. Well, it's been a few years.
Don't look at these ribs at all.
It's been a few years. So
sure.
Diana, I don't know. She may have been a feast. But anyway. So they had dogs.
All right, sure.
along
Now
this
they're
way.
dogs.
But now my son-in-law, who admittedly, his wife said she wanted a pig. He said, okay, let's get a pig.
Sure, because he's playing a long game.
Right.
Because what's he want?
He wants a raccoon.
Can raccoons be pets?
According to him, they can. I have never heard of anything about raccoons being pets. And regardless of whether or not they can be pets, have you looked at a raccoon?
I'm terrified of raccoons.
Yes.
Like they used to come in my backyard when I was growing up and do the trash cans.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they have thumbs.
Exactly.
They have thumbs.
Exactly. I don't know if I'm
pretty sure a raccoon is a demon.
They certainly walk like demons.
Right.
They look like demons.
They have thumbs.
They got thumbs.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. But he wants 2 raccoons.
Because you can't have one without the other because now they're lonely. Now, does this come from somewhere? Like, was there an episode of the Justice League with raccoons?
No.
Okay.
No. I think he may have bumped his head overseas.
His head overseas.
I don't know.
Come here. Now he wants
Agent Orange
a pair of raccoons.
He wants a pair of raccoons.
So is this moving forward?
Well, thankfully he's overseas.
Right.
So we're hoping that once he comes, he's not due home till June.
So countdown to June.
Yeah.
June is going to be raccoon month.
No, it's going to be an intervention.
Okay.
That's what it's going to be. Because you're not going to have a couple of raccoons running around my grandson.
Sure.
I may have to put my foot down on
Right.
You know, I haven't put my foot down on a whole lot.
What do you call a pair of coons? Like, what is a group of coons? Is that like a Kanye? Is it a Kanye of coons? Is that what it's?
That would be a yay.
A yay of coons. A yay of coons.
A yay of coons.
I'm just spit. It's like a murder of crows.
A yay of coons.
Right. It's a Kanye of coons.
Yay.
A yay of coons.
Do we not want to acknowledge yay?
I don't know. I don't know how any of this works.
I don't know either.
I was just wondering.
I just know there's not
gaggle of geese.
Yes.
Murder of crows.
Murder of crows.
A Kanye of coons.
Okay.
All right.
You're going to live on Kanye. Are you going to a Kanye concert?
Yeah, of course not.
No?
Of course not.
No? Lauryn Hill showed up.
Yeah.
That's not enough to get you there?
Yeah.
No?
She on shaky ground herself.
Well, I know.
Yeah, so.
I know.
No.
I'm like, ooh, she didn't read the room.
Look.
Well, she never makes it to the room, so.
She probably just listened to late registration. Oh, I like this. Well, watch a new episode of Scandal and listen to this album.
There you go. All right. Let's hear from you. That's enough of us rambling along. Let's hear from you, missionaries, or more to the point, your emails that we like to call
Missives from the Missionaries. So what else is going on, Lynn?
We have emails, Vincent.
Ooh, missives from the missionaries. Ooh. Missives from the missionaries.
Okay, missives from the missionaries. Vincent, we have an email from Anthony Davis.
Hey, Anthony.
Now, Anthony Davis, he never puts where he's writing from.
Okay.
And I know Anthony Davis is pretty much a common name.
Okay.
But my headcanon is that this Anthony Davis is the NBA star Anthony Davis that now plays for the Washington Wizards.
Okay.
Who just so happens to be a fan of our show.
Sure.
So in my headcanon, we're talking to an actual celebrity.
Okay, excellent.
So Anthony Davis wrote us.
Yes, okay, Anthony Davis wrote us.
Hey guys, I'm finally listening to your convo about the Cisco episode of Starfleet Academy.
Yes.
Which you still have never.
No, I did see it. We talked about
that
it.
one.
Yeah.
You did, right. I totally agree with Len that Starfleet Academy overall is a good show with a few cringy moments that are obviously there to lure in Gen Z.
Sure.
Coincidentally, I also learned today that Starfleet Academy has been canceled.
Yes.
We'll still get a second season, but after that, the young folk of Starfleet will be beamed up to that big wormhole in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
What did you guys think of the rest of the season? What do you hope to see next season? Also, since there is no other Star Trek series greenlit right now, what kind of Star Trek series would you want to see next? I, personally, would love to see a Black Mirror-esque anthology show similar to IDW's Star Trek Red Shirts comic book series. Overall, do you guys think the Kurtzman era of Star Trek was a success? Thanks for reading. Peace, Anthony Davis. I think that actually, for the most part, the first season of Starfleet Academy, was a success.
Okay.
I enjoyed it a great deal. I enjoyed that episode about Cisco. There is an episode, I think about maybe 3 episodes down from there, that really focuses on Carice Brooks' character, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
That I think is emotional as hell. And it's also a great episode for the Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
There, I think the 2-part season finale, which of course brings back Paul Giamatti and Tatiana Maslany, was well done, and tied a bow on the season, very, very succinctly and nicely. The characters on the show, they all grew on me. Even some of the more cringy ones ultimately had moments where I can see what you're doing with the character. And I honestly think, and I was listening to a podcast that echoed my thought, that I think that this was the best first season of a Star Trek series. You could say maybe outside of TOS, because that was just so new for the time. But of all the Star Trek series, I think this was the best first season. I'm looking forward to more of the same in the second season. The shame of it is that the second season has already been shot.
Mm-hmm.
When the word came down that it's canceled. So I don't know whether or not they're going to give them an opportunity to maybe do a couple of reshoots to kind of maybe really tie a bow on the whole series.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, if they end the second season the way they ended this season, which is basically tying a bow on the season as opposed to like leaving breadcrumbs for the following, then it should be fine. It should work ideally as a series finale. I'm sorry to see it go. I think it was the right experiment for Star Trek. We've talked about it. Star Trek lives best as a series as opposed to films. And I think that this was a very apt attempt. And I think with the mixture of the students of Starfleet Academy, along with the faculty of Starfleet Academy, along with the Starfleet itself being kind of like in the background, as far as like the missions and it's reestablishing itself in its place in the universe at that time, I think this was an opportunity to give old Star Trek fans the best of what they want in, historic Star Trek, while also sowing seeds for new Star Trek fans. So I'm sorry to see it go, but I am looking forward to the second season.
Okay, I will leave that with you. Like to accentuate the positive. It was not my cup of tea. It just was not. I appreciate the attempt to do something new.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate the effort to bring in new viewers. It just wasn't a good fit for me. So I will lean on the second part of his question what do I want from Star Trek?
Okay.
Which and I will say this, I will offer this to you. I will gently and sort of humbly say to you, rewatch the first season of Deep Space Nine. It's stronger than you remember.
Okay.
So I've not seen this first season, so I can't argue. But and along those lines, for it not being my cup of tea and admiring people trying to bring in new things, I think Star Trek should really, in a lot of ways, go back to basics. Like I think go back to the post-Picard period. I think, I don't know what Enterprise we were on, like, what were we on, the D or the E?
I want to say E.
E. Give me an Enterprise F. Give me an F, Enterprise F, brand new crew. Throw some memberberry, sort of red meat to the old fans. Give me a grandkid. Give me a great grandkid. McCoy's grandkid is an engineer. Tuvok's nephew is in steerage. I don't know, something. And then just do Star Trek. And I will say, like, have it informed by something like The Expanse, where we have done so much with the idea of out there.
Mm-hmm.
Bring in some geopolitical things. You can have a couple of Black Mirror-esque episodes. Like, I think Star Trek as its best is damn near a connected anthology series. Like, it's the perfect story engine. It's a boat. It's out there doing new stuff every week. It's the 21st century, so you got to have a through line.
Yeah. So,
every 3-4 episodes deal with the MacGuffin storyline of the season. And then just do it. Like just do it. Like, build up the characters, have the crew like each other, and do just Star Trek. Like,
but you don't think that they could do that in the Starfleet Academy as this was constructed?
I think Star Trek works best when it is competence porn. Like, these are people who are the best at what. That's why I said the Enterprise.
Right.
Like, I think Voyager works as a one-off concept. I think Deep Space Nine works as a one-off concept. I think in these days and times that we live in, for many of us, it is very comforting to see a story about people who are very, very good at their jobs.
Mm-hmm. Know what they're doing.
And they're working with each other.
Yeah, and with integrity.
And as someone who's good at his job, but not very, very good at his job, I can sit back and relax and enjoy the people who are very, that's why I said, make it the Enterprise. Make it the flagship, like whatever MacGuffin, I know at one point towards the end of Discovery, they were talking about transwarp.
Yeah.
So, now we going transwarp. Now we can do warp all the way up to 12. We've gone places we've never gone before. Ever. And you put the best of the best on the bridge and then go do it. So that's what I would do.
Okay.
But I'm sad for people who were attached to this. I feel bad for the actors who didn't get the opportunity to grow into these roles and get the 4 or 5 seasons like the other cast. I welcome them as part of Star Trek fandom moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
So.
And at least we have 2 more, I think it's, 2 more seasons of Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds. And I said what I want. You and I have talked about this. And for the record, I have been right about this since the moment they said that Michael was Spock's sister. They gonna keep milking this. I think the next Star Trek series is going to be this Enterprise cast. as the Enterprise first year. They're going to do an Enterprise year 1. I think they're going to introduce Sulu and McCoy at the end of the last season.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they're going right into Enterprise year 1.
I don't know. Maybe.
You keep saying, I don't know, maybe. But again, from the moment they said Michael was Spock's sister, I said, they about to bring Spock in here. And then they brought Spock in there. And then I said, they're going to keep going, and it's going to be Kirk. And they had Pike, and then we had Strange New Worlds. And I said, now they're going to bring them all in, and slowly but surely. Because this is what Star Trek people want.
It is. It is.
It may not be what they need.
Yeah, because it's not.
But it's what they want.
It's what they want. It's what they want. But, and they might, you're right. I could see them doing it. But I could also see, especially now that the next 2 seasons of Strange New World are already in the books.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And they basically said that they've canceled that show.
Mm-hmm.
I could also see the actors that are attached to those shows getting other jobs and not being able to. I mean, I
hear you, but baby, it's cold outside.
No, it is cold outside, but those.
Like, this is a good job.
But they've already been paid for it.
No. I mean, like your next job. So now we're gonna sign you up for 3-4 more years for Enterprise year 1.
Yeah, but the next 2 seasons, they're not going to be out until the next couple of years.
Yeah, we got to do something.
They've already been paid for those jobs.
Okay,
they need to eat.
Hey.
And CBS.
All I'm gonna say, I've been right about this new cast. From the moment you can all look up the what was it called that we were doing?
Mission logs. What are you talking about?
No, we were doing the Star Trek.
Oh, Spock adjacent.
Y'all can go back to the first Spock adjacent. As soon as they said Michael was Spock's sister, I said that original cast is going to worm its way into this.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. I'm just saying in regards to them doing that series with this cast, they're hedging their bets that probably won't happen for another 3-4 years, that this cast may already have other jobs.
I hear you, but and I hope they do, but this is a good job. Right. And they still fit in the uniforms.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, we got an email.
But thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
And good luck this season with NBA.
Yes.
Good luck this season with the basketball.
Well, he's actually injured, and
I hope you recover soon from your injury from the basketball. It was from basketball, right?
It wasn't.
It wasn't like a motorcycle accident.
No, it was basketball.
Okay.
It was basketball.
All right, like scuba diving. All right, go ahead.
We have an email from Michael Sykes.
Hey, what's up, Michael?
Hello, Len, Vincent, missionaries. This weekend, I rewatched Sinners.
Okay.
And noticed something about the food that they serve, which is catfish.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Sykes, I feel like this is like his 4th Sinners email.
It's so much there.
He continues. He noticed how Ryan Coogler used catfish as a symbol in the movie. Catfish and the Smokestack twins, Elijah Smokemore and Elias Stackmore, actually line up in a surprisingly deep, almost poetic way. Catfish are bottom feeders, built to survive in the murkiest, roughest waters, adapting, scavenging, and enduring where other fish wouldn't last. And that's exactly who Smoke and Stack are. Men shaped by war, crime, and the harsh realities of the 30s Mississippi, clawing their way through danger and building something, their juke joint, out of nothing. Catfish are also known for their toughness and resilience, able to live in low oxygen environments most creatures would choke in, just like the brothers navigating racism, violence, and even supernatural horror without folding. And then there's the symbolism. Catfish dwell in the depths, hidden, gritty, a little feared, but deeply rooted in Southern culture, just like Smoke's grounded, protective nature and Stack's more reckless, fast-moving edge. 2 different currents in the same dark water. One stays steady and survives with discipline. The other takes risks and gets pulled into something bigger and more dangerous, mirroring how Stack literally gets transformed and loses control while Smoke fights to hold on to his identity. So yeah, Catfish and Smoke and Stack aren't just similar, they represent the same idea. Survival in hostile environments shaped by pressure, getting dragged under. I don't know, maybe it's me, but I would like to hear your thoughts on this. As always, stay true, stay black, and right on, brothers. Love, Michael Sykes.
I mean, I want some catfish.
And some grits.
Yeah, I want some fish and grits. I hadn't thought about the symbolism as much as Michael, but I do think catfish was an apt meal because it was cheap.
Mm-hmm.
You could make it a lot like, do you know people who don't eat catfish? You ever meet people who are like, oh, I don't eat catfish?
Nothing I can think of.
Yeah. I know people, particularly from the South, that kind of turn their nose up.
Really?
At catfish because it is a bottom feeder. And it really was like a cheap throwaway. Like growing up, I knew like you know, when catfish came into vogue, I had relatives that were like, oh, I don't do catfish. And you know, just because it was
beneath them.
No, and because it was a bottom feeder. Likewise, because, you know, my people are from Louisiana. I didn't understand shrimp being almost a delicacy. Like, oh, we're going to get some shrimp or like a lot of that. Because this was stuff.
It was just regular.
Not only was it regular, but it was, frankly, poor people food. Like, you know, when my relatives would make gumbo, like the gumbo was just stuff you pulled out the water. Like I remember tying up string with chicken backs to get crabs and shrimp literally out the swamp water, and then you kind of cook it. And you know, and it was catfish was the same way. So it was like, you know, it was like, oh, put some shrimp in it, and it was like, oh, is this supposed to be like this is something that people kind of walked in the mud and went and got? So I would say the catfish was appropriate because, I mean, these are people of the earth and the fields and the dirt so, but more importantly, like, you know, I want some fish and grits.
I want some fish and grits. So I'm listening to you.
I know.
And all I am just saying.
I know. And like oxtails, which was also a throwaway meat, catfish is so expensive. Why is it so expensive?
Now I want some oxtails and grits. What are you doing, Vincent?
I know.
All right, we got to get
Well, I hope you save some money up. Because ironically, now you're eating in hot cotton.
I know.
Sitting in hot cotton talking
I can make
oxtails and grits.
I don't have any oxtails.
And catfish.
I don't have any oxtail. I don't have no catfish, but I got some grits upstairs.
Ain't nothing wrong with some grits.
Hey, watch me. All right, we got one last email from Michael Lockett.
Hey, Michael.
Brothers and fellow missionaries, I am pleased to report that as you find the show, my happy ass has made it to some sun and sand in the Caribbean.
Good for you.
I think I'm aging out of winters in the Northeast. Last week's film, Trespass, was a nice little gem because we missed a week.
Yeah.
Was a nice little gem that I forgot about. Even though some of it is dated, it is a solid story and performances by everyone involved. Outside of his John Singleton early work and, of course, Friday, this may be Ice Cube's best early work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only real drawback I can see with this film is that certain elements date it, like the cell phones.
Yeah.
But even with that, the story, plot, acting, and directing are all really great. Len, again, thanks for giving us a little backstory on the script's creation. It makes the review and the final product make so much more sense. The Wayback Machine dropped me with you two as you critique Mahogany. This film falls short as a great black love story. When Len described the film as a Barry Gordy Hail Mary, I was rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Spot on take, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
So many of us think Motown has always been on the rise, and the historical background you two provided really clues us in on how times were lean and mistakes were made. This is the first time I've seen it, and felt a little sad watching it. Not because of the tragedy getting played out, but rather because the quality left a lot to be desired. That is true. Do you think Mahogany is worth a remake?
No, because I think it's lightning in a bottle. I maintain the magic of Mahogany, regardless of how much I agree with you about the overall quality of the film. I think the magic of Mahogany is the chemistry between Diana Ross
And Billy
D. Williams. And you know, I really do think, I mean, I said it. I think Billy D. Williams is actually in awe of Diana Ross and her Diana Rossness. And I think Diana Ross is tickled that this pretty pony loves her. And that synergy between them in this and in Lady Sings the Blues, I think it what makes it something we still talk about. But when you take Billy D. Williams and Diana Ross out, it just becomes something lesser.
I don't know who the stars would be, but I think that there is an opportunity, personally, I think there is an opportunity to remake something like Mahogany, primarily because I get the sense that Diana Ross, as well as probably Barry Gordy, with this production, had the idea of this being this very sweeping romance, you know, that takes place in you know, these grand locations, you know, and with this beautiful cinematography and you know, the fashion of it all. I think they really they intend for it to be this grand thing that it tries to be, but ultimately, like I said, it fails. But I do think that there is the opportunity for there to be something like that made. Who would star in it? I don't know, because to your point, I think this did come at a moment where Diana Ross was breaking away from the Supremes, becoming more solidly not just a solo performer, but a star. You know, making her mark
and she's an icon at this point.
And she's already
right.
An
like
icon.
At the end of the Supremes, Diana Ross is an icon.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you do have the rising star that is Billy D. Williams at that time. So are you possibly catching two actors or two performers at similar stages? You might be hard pressed to do that, but just off the top of my head, as I was thinking about this, I think I would love to see. Off the top of my head, I was thinking Janelle Monáe. I just think that she has the charisma to pull something off like that. But even as I'm saying that, who else I could see, and this would be, I think, an opportunity for her to show yet another level of her phenomenal range. Lupita Nyong'o.
I think Janelle Monáe, frankly, is too short. Like, I think this character.
How tall is Diana Ross?
No, but much like Angela Bassett, she seems like she's 5'11", even if she's not.
Okay, but to me, like Janelle Monáe always seems like
she
taller.
seems like a little firecracker.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah,
She always looks a little.
I like Lupita Nyong'o because what I was gonna say, I was ready to say about whoever you chose. I always give credit to Diana Ross in Mahogany. that she was brave enough to let us see her unadorned. Like, as much as we focus on the latter part of the film, when she's actually Mahogany and she's all dressed up, it's kind of like Dreamgirls, appropriately enough. The end doesn't work. Unless in the beginning she's very kind of threadbare, very plain. And there aren't many actresses that I think can do both sides of that. Lupita Nyong'o is a good, I can see her doing it and being a brave enough actress.
Oh, absolutely.
To let you see her in this unflattering mode. Like, not to get on my soapbox, that's my Dreamgirls thing. Like, Beyonce is Beyonce from the beginning of the film all the way to the end of the film. Like, there's never actually a transformation.
That's very true.
So, but, sure. Lupita Nyong'o in a bunch of pretty outfits in a black love story in Rome. Yeah. All right. I'll sign off on it.
I'll be there.
Yeah, sure.
And I'll be sitting here waiting for it to come on.
Right.
For real. So, all right. Well, I'm surprised and happy that you agree with me.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
That's it. Very good. Okay.
Put Lupita Nyong'o in some pretty dresses and gowns and having a love story with somebody like who's a pretty black man we gonna get to play get Yahya Abdul-Mateen after he shoots Wonder Man season 2. Which, how about that?
I know you're happy.
Look, yeah.
I know you're happy.
Get one of them. I don't know.
Yahya Abdul-Mateen. Yeah.
Damus Idris is too young, I think.
Yeah.
Like, to be opposite Lupita.
Yeah.
But yeah, get one of them pretty brothers, put them in one of them suits. Tracy, I'm calling you back to Chicago to help me with my threadbare political campaign. Also to be vaguely homophobic over here with you and these gays in Rome. Even though I'm prettier than everybody in this room.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Before we move on, it is time for us to take care of a little bit of overdue business.
Vincent. Yeah.
For a minute now, we have been hyping the praises of our Patreon.
We have.
Where for $5, just $5, you can help us, very much support the show and all of the endeavors that we have going on and gain access to 3 monthly podcasts. The Binge Lounge, the Serial Killers, and Len's Secret Movie Podcast with Ariel Johnson. And people have been enjoying the podcast, Vincent. I want to let you know.
Oh, I'm glad.
But with that all being said, we do have a fair number of patrons, and we are a little overdue to thank them. We've actually thanked a number of them a few months ago, but it doesn't hurt to extend our thanks to them right now, live on air. So if you will indulge us, missionaries, we are going to read to you those patrons who join us every month on Patreon for our 3 bonus podcasts and are doing just a little bit more to help us with the show. So, Vincent.
Yes.
Starting with, we have, wow. She does a podcast with us, and she also is a supporter, Ariel Johnson.
Thank you, Ariel.
Ariel Johnson is a supporter on Patreon. We have Minatal Wuleya. I hope I'm getting that name.
Minatal.
Your name correct. I hope so. We have Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley.
Our good friend AshyFeet.com. That would be our man Mo Poplar.
Thank you, Mo.
Azor.
Thank you, Azor.
Big Cheese Daddy.
Thank you, Big Cheese Daddy.
Bell Creative.
Thank you, Bell Creative.
Bruce.
Thank you, Bruce.
Chad Serta.
Thanks, Chad.
Chris A.
Thanks, Chris.
Chubby Fituation.
Thank you, chubby situation.
sometimes you have a chubby situation, and that's what we got going on. Clifton Durant.
Hey, my man Cliff. Thank you, Cliff.
Corey Nicole.
Thank you, Corey.
This is a name from your past, Vincent, and your present and your future. Damon Ritchie.
Thank you, Damon Ritchie.
He's been a follower of us for a long time,
Yeah.
Vincent. Danielle Fisher.
Thanks, Danielle.
Deborah Bailey.
Thank you, Deborah.
Engagement engineer.
Thank you, engagement engineer.
Eric Bray.
Thanks, Eric.
All the way from Las Vegas, we have our good friend Erica Washington.
Thanks, Erica.
Foxy Film Chick.
Thanks, Foxy Film Chick.
Jeffrey Reed.
Thanks, Jeffrey.
George Carmona.
Good looking out, George.
Followed by George Robinson.
Thanks, George.
Jasmine.
Thanks, Jasmine.
Jason Brown.
Thanks, Jason.
Jeffrey Thomas.
Thanks, Jeffrey.
Kat Seema.
Thanks, Kat.
Kevin Smith.
Thanks, Kevin.
Lance Holt.
Hey, thanks, Lance.
Our good friend Lisa Alexander.
Thanks, Lisa.
Matt Blurdock.
Hey, Matt.
Michael Lockett.
Thanks, Michael.
Nathaniel Phillips.
Thanks, Nathaniel or Nathaniel?
Nathaniel.
Thanks, Nathaniel.
Noble. Ooh.
Thanks, Noble.
Otilla Outen.
Thank you, Attila.
Petey Rothenberger.
Thanks, Petey.
Portia Lewis.
Thanks, Portia.
Rafiq Taylor.
Thanks, Rafiq.
Ranico Rivas.
Thank you, Ranika.
Ranico.
Reneco.
Reneco.
I'm sorry, Renico, but thank you, Renico.
Rhonda Smith.
Thanks, Rhonda.
A longtime fan, Robert Monroe Jr.
Hey, thanks, Robert.
Cy.
Thanks, Cy.
Sean Simmons.
Thanks, Sean.
Steve Tozen.
Hey, the Tozens.
The $6 billion
Thank you,
triple.
Steve.
Tawana Sullivan.
Thank you, Tawana.
Tamika Taplin.
Thanks, Tamika.
And last but never the least, 10,000 Worlds.
Thank you, 10,000 Worlds. Thank you. It is humbling and wonderful that you all support us like that. And all of you who support us, thank you. We do not take it for granted. We really don't. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And now, as we move on, it is time for the Game of Kings.
The Game of Kings. Now it's time for combat, though.
6 Degrees of D'Urville Martin.
All right.
All right, 6 Degrees of D'Urville Martin, Vincent, where I give you 2 actors and you have 6 films or less to connect them to D'Urville Martin.
All right.
Our patron saint.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping it in theme, as we are going to be reviewing Deep Blue Sea.
We are.
I'm going to ask you to connect D'Urville Martin to the stars of other films that take place in the Deep Blue Sea.
Okay.
Starting with, in 6 films or less, connect D'Urville Martin to the star of The Deep, Jacqueline Bisset.
Oh, that's a good one, because I have absolutely no idea anything that she was in.
Well, she was in The Deep.
Like, she clearly is one of those people who was absolutely a star. Like, you gotta know her name.
Yes.
But it's like, well, what was she actually in? Was she a TV person?
No, she was in a fair amount of movies.
Okay.
Did you see The Deep?
I'm sure I did. I have no memory of The Deep.
Okay.
Like we'll talk about this soon. Like I really was all of the Jaws adjacent films I saw, and that's based on a Peter Benchley novel, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there are sharks in it,
but
it's not about sharks. But yeah, Jacqueline Bisset. What was her big movie? Like, how did she become a star? And now introducing Jacqueline Bisset.
Let's see. Well, her big films going all the way back to the 70s.
I was about to say she's a 70s sort of like I hope this isn't disrespectful, but I always think about her like Farrah Fawcett, like around that speed.
Well, she was a little before that time.
Okay.
But she was in Airport.
Right, right.
which is 1970.
Yeah.
She was also in Murder on the Orient Express from 1974.
Okay. All right. That's pretty rich.
And then she was in The Greek Tycoon.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that.
And she earned a Golden Globe nomination in 1978 for Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Comedy, or Musical for Who is Killing the Great Chefs of Europe?
Okay. Unfamiliar with that.
And I mentioned that she was also in The Deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
She does have a few TV credits. I mean, it's not that she didn't.
Sure.
Wasn't on television, but she made her bones in movies, none of which seems to be helping you.
No. Well, you know, the Orient Express, who all is in that? It's like a bunch of people in that.
There's a ton of people.
And now I can't think of any of them right now.
The shame of it is that she's in The Deep with one of your favorite actors.
Who?
I might as well.
I assume I can't use The Deep.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, so who is it?
Dick Anthony Williams.
They got that brother in the water.
Yes.
Right. Who? Yeah. Is she alive? What has she done recently? Like, what's she done in the last 10 years? Did she retire?
She probably is retired because she's 81.
Yeah.
But let's see. What was her last movie?
Like, what was she doing in the 80s?
Well, I'm looking. She actually has a film that's going to be coming out.
Okay.
Long Shadows. And she has acted as recently in film. In 2021, she was in Birds of Paradise, Madeline Collins. I mean, she does a fair amount of British stuff.
Mm-hmm.
In the 80s, since you asked, in the 80s, she was in... I'm looking at a film that I think you may have seen, that because there's a fair amount of British things. I don't know if you saw this, but she was in Under the Volcano, and she was in Scenes from the Class Struggle in Beverly Hills. I feel like I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me 3 people from the Orient Express, because it's like a bunch of people.
For the Orient Express, well, you have Betty Davis.
Yeah, Betty Davis.
You also have, I'm going to give you the most obscure people.
Sure.
You also have Martin Balsam.
I don't know who that is.
You know. And you also have, I'll give you.
Wait, Martin Balsam. Is he the one with the bug eyes?
No.
Okay.
No. You're talking about Marty Feldman.
Marty Feldman, yeah.
And you have, and I'll give you the easy one, Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. Well, since you said Sean Connery.
Oh, I should have gave you your due. I should have gave you Michael York.
Well, I'll do Sean Connery, but I'll do interesting Sean Connery. This is how you get to Sean Connery.
Okay, so you're not going to do any Bond.
I am not going to do Bond.
Yeah, you can do it pretty easy.
Yeah. But I'm trying to, because since you gave it to me, I want to kind of play a little bit. So, D'Urville Martin is in The Final Come Down with Billy D. Williams. Billy D. Williams is in Empire Strikes Back with Carrie Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie Fisher is in When Harry Met Sally.
Oh, wow.
With Billy Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
No. She's in With Harry Met Sally with Meg Ryan.
Okay.
Meg Ryan is in, I think it's When a Man Loves a Woman. Is that the one where it's her and Andy Garcia? and she's an alcoholic. And then she gets off the alcohol and leaves Andy Garcia. It's actually terrible.
It sounds terrible.
Mm-hmm. It's a great movie, though. Is that When a Man Loves a Woman? Is that what that's called? When a Man Loves a Woman?
Yes.
Yeah, with Andy Garcia. Andy Garcia is in The Untouchables with Sean Connery.
Very good.
And then Sean Connery is in Murder on the Orient Express with Jacqueline Bisset.
Very good.
So there you go. I took an interesting way since you gave it to me.
Well done.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Jacqueline Bisset, huh?
Yeah.
All right, sure. All right.
There you go.
All right.
Next, we have another star
of a water movie.
Of a water movie.
All right, who we got? Who we got?
Don't kill me.
Look.
In 6 films or less,
Mm-hmm.
connect Derville Martin to this star from The Abyss.
Okay.
Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio.
Yeah. Oh, I love The Abyss, too. The bad thing is, that is the only thing I know her from. And I love her in The Abyss. She's another one. I know she did stuff.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, she was around in the 80s.
Mm-hmm, she was.
What was her big 80s thing?
Now
I want to watch The Abyss.
I'm not going to give you her big one.
Okay.
Because it would make it too easy.
Sure.
She was in The January Man. She was in Slam Dance.
The January. That's not Steven Seagal, is it?
No.
Okay.
She was in Class Action.
Not to be confused with Class Act with Kid and Play.
No. That's really her 80s movie. I don't want to give you her big one.
Did she do anything in the 90s?
Yes, she did. She did more than a few things in the 90s.
Yeah, I was about to say she was always around.
She did okay, I'll give you this one because she was a star. She was in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves in 1991.
Oh, she sure was in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. I'll do interesting. You'll have to give me his name because I always forget this dude's name.
The star of Robin Hood?
Because I'm gonna go roundabout since you gave it to me. Derville Martin is, of course, in 5 on the Black Hand Side with Dick Anthony Williams. But then Dick Anthony Williams is in... No. Derville Martin is in 5 on the Black Hand Side with Leonard Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Leonard Jackson is in Boomerang with Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy is in Harlem Nights with Danny Aiello. Danny Aiello is in... Oh, I'm going to run out. Because I was trying to use like Hudson Hawk.
Oh my God.
And get to
Willis?
Bruce Willis. And then Bruce Willis is in Die Hard with the dude who plays the sheriff in Robin Hood. But that's too many. All right. So I'll do this. Derville Martin is in which way do I want to go with this?
Which way do we go?
I'm ready to talk about the shark movie. All right. Derville Martin is in Five on the Black Hand's side with Dick Anthony Williams. Dick Anthony Williams is in Mo Better Blues with Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington is in The Preacher's Wife with Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston is in The Bodyguard with Kevin Costner, and then Kevin Costner is in Robin Hood with Mary Elizabeth Mastriano.
There you go. Very good.
What's her big movie that you didn't want to name?
Her big movie from 1983,
Mm-hmm.
where she plays the pivotal role of Gina Montana
Mm-hmm.
in Scarface.
Oh, she sure does. 'Cause she got that perm that is that perm is permed to within an inch of its life.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, and that really was her big, big
Yeah,
coming out movie.
she's almost unrecognizable in that.
right.
Like, 'cause that afro thing she's got going on with the perm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go. All right.
All
Well done,
right.
Vince.
And
Well
would you
done.
say? Oh, right. She's in the abyss. Underwater aliens.
Yeah.
Underwater aliens is just this much better as a concept than smart sharks.
Yeah.
Just this much better.
Much better. This much better. All right.
All right.
Well done, Vincent.
Yeah.
Now time for our review of Deep Blue Sea. Deep Blue Sea is a 1999 science fiction horror film directed by Rennie Harlin and written by Duncan Kennedy, Donna Powers, and Wayne Powers. It stars Thomas Jane, Saffron Burrows, Samuel L. Jackson, Michael Rappaport, and LL Cool J, and follows a team of scientists in an isolated underwater facility who are researching the brains of Mako sharks to help fight Alzheimer's, only for the sharks to go on a rampage after two of the scientists genetically enhance their intelligence in secret. This international co-production between the United States and Mexico that would go on to be a bit of a commercial hit in 1999 and give us one of LL Cool J's more memorable songs. Deepest Bluest. Shark's Fin.
Head like a shark's fin. That's right.
Was Vincent's selection for this stop in Octavia, April on the mission. Vincent, what say you of Deep Blue Sea?
Well, look, Deep Blue Sea as a black film is a little bit of a stretch. But I think it very much is worth talking about, looking at it through the lens of race, starting with the fact that this is a film that came out in 1999. And the thing about 1999 is that we're in this post-Kevin Williamson, Quentin Tarantino moment where everyone is very self-aware.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of self-awareness when we talk about these movies. And certainly when we talk about thrillers, when we talk about genre films with these casts that frankly are going to get whittled down, we all make these calculations. And a lot of times these calculations are informed by race and gender. There's a whole concept when we talk about horror movies called the final girl. And we talk about, the black guy gets killed first. Like all of these notions. So going into this film where it's just going to, at some point the cast is going to be whittled down.
Yeah, just watching it.
We make calculations as the audience. Thomas Jane as Carter Blake, a shark wrestler.
Isn't he, though?
With a bit of a past.
Of course.
Is absolutely positioned as the hero. So, he's going to make it to the end. Saffron Burrows, who as Dr. Susan McLaughlin is sexy doctor who is also sexy, has a bit of energy with Carter Blake.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of put your money on those two.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the cast, you kind of see where it's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
This is where it gets interesting. There are 2 black cast members in this cast. LL Cool J, Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes.
In 1999, Samuel L. Jackson is easily the biggest star in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Like by miles. Like you get the sense LL got rapper money, but everybody else is sharing a trailer.
That's right. That's right.
And then we're all shooting around Samuel L. Jackson. And even as you said it just now, and you look at the credits, Samuel L. Jackson is first on the call sheet, as he should be. And he plays Russell Franklin, who is a businessman and investor in this company that is trying to harvest the brain cells from sharks to combat Alzheimer's disease. And you know, and everyone in this film says this with a straight face.
Yes, they do.
But he also has a past. He has an adventure. And the film very much sets him up as if he's going to have an arc.
Yes.
He has this background, this backstory where he was mountain climbing with some friends and there was a disaster and he led them to safety. There is a bit of an animosity between him and the hero played by Thomas Jane.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you understand as the film goes on, at some point, they're going to come to some kind of, but they're going to come to some type of, at least, grudging respect.
Mm-hmm.
But clearly, as the biggest star in the film, and if you look at the trailer, if you look at the ads, he's figured quite prominently. You know Samuel L. Jackson is going to be a part of this narrative. And then you have LL Cool J, which, while this isn't his first film role, it's fairly early.
Still early in his, yeah.
And he's billed as Preacher.
Yes.
Who is the cook.
Mm-hmm.
Very rarely is he with the rest of the cast. The tone of his parts are different. He's almost in his own little side adventure.
Yep.
So you kind of see where this thing is going.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the surprisingly many smart moves in this film is that it is subversive from the very beginning. From the very beginning, the film lets you know we are going to fight against expectations. The film starts with very much this stock shark movie sequence where there are some couples on a boat, something's bumping into the boat, some sharks attack the boat. Mm-hmm. You assume this is the beginning of your post-Jaws shark thriller where the sharks are taking. But Thomas Jane's character comes, captures the shark, and it lets you know you think it's going to go this way, but it's actually going to go that way. Right. Film goes on, disaster strikes, of course, and you begin to get this whittling down of the cast.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it says something very specific about this moment. That Samuel L. Jackson, a black man in a thriller, is positioned to have this pivotal role.
Mm-hmm.
And when the sharks take him out, without any type of production,
mm-hmm.
without any type of heroism, it is genuinely a surprising moment.
It is. It is.
And that says a lot about where black actors are, and a black actor like Samuel L. Jackson, that as people who watch thrillers, we are surprised that a black man gets killed. We're actually surprised.
Mm-hmm.
And then the reverse, the black character who seems like he's cannon fodder, lives at the end.
Yeah.
So just right there, looking at it through a racialized lens, I find this film fascinating. Because if you saw this in the movies, it really was a reaction in the theater.
It was.
When
I saw it in
Samuel
the
L.
movies.
Jackson
Yeah.
gets killed. And the film, once again, being very self-aware, goes for this shock.
Mm-hmm.
Where, again, we are shocked that this black man is killed. The other real racialized moment in the film, you have this wonderful exchange between the two black characters.
Yeah.
Where LL's preacher says to Samuel L. Jackson's Russell Franklin, why were you climbing mountains? Like, black people don't got enough to worry about without you basically doing white people shit? Which is 100% what black people say all the time about this type of thing. The irony, of course, is that I'm saying the same thing to LL Cool J, who's decided to sign up to be a cook on this ocean base where they're working on smart sharks in the middle of the ocean.
You gotta go where the job is.
So that is kind of interesting to me. Mm-hmm. Is it a bit of a stretch to talk about as a black film? Absolutely. Do I think it is worth talking about? I do. So there you go. That's the Micheaux Mission part.
Okay.
As a film, look, this is a really dumb movie.
I'm so glad you used that word. That's the word.
This is a dumb movie that has no illusions whatsoever that it is a dumb movie.
It's a dumbass movie.
The plot barely stands scrutiny. Mm-hmm. This whole bit of we making the smart sharks and then things go wrong does not make a lick of sense. The plot where you find out the sharks are kind of herding people and somehow they know all this stuff. Well, why would the sharks know about the weather? Why did the sharks know the blueprint of the base? Why would hey, smart sharks. Smart sharks. Turn your brain off. Plug in the smart sharks. Mm-hmm. Dumb movie. But you know what, Lynn? As a dumb movie that knows it's a dumb movie, I think this is a surprisingly well-made movie.
Yeah.
I think Rennie Harlin, as a director, is a good director. Mm-hmm. I think this movie zips. I think this movie lets you know exactly where things are going to be. Mm-hmm. I think the action sequences work really well. Mm-hmm. Like 201, you know, some of the special effects were a little dodgy even when it came out. Yeah. But even that somehow is part of the charm.
Part of the charm of
Once you go in and you understand that we're not trying to make, Nope. Like this is not Nope.
But it's also, they're not trying to make Jaws.
And we're not trying to make Jaws. I thought the script was surprisingly solid. I think all of the characters with a level of economy. The characters become characters fairly quickly and fairly well defined. When you read interviews with Rennie Harlin and the writers of the script, they said they wanted to evoke Alien. Yeah. And have this sort of working class crew. Mm-hmm. And I think you get that. I think the relationship, Stellan Skarsgård shows up, and his character, Jim Whitlock, it seems, has a bit of a relationship with another character, Janice Higgins, where it's there. It's not really part of the plot, but it's there. You understand it. LL Cool J's preacher and Michael Rappaport, who also shows up as Tom Scoggins, they have a bit of chemistry together. They do. And a friendship. I think all of the performances are solid to good. I think all of them. Thomas Jane, who is billed as the hero.
He's a hero.
I like Thomas Jane. I always feel like Thomas Jane is a man out of time, frankly. Like Thomas Jane really gives me early to mid 80s Kurt Russell energy, where the Thomas Jane character is a bit of a meathead, but Thomas Jane, the actor, is aware.
Yeah.
So it's like, the problem with Thomas Jane is we don't really make the kind of movies that this guy is in anymore. Like, Thomas Jane would have worked really well in Escape from New York.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble in Little China, which is what I thought of. But they don't really make those kind of movies for him. Yeah. I do think there's a parallel universe where Chris Pratt caught a cold and Thomas Jane was in Guardians of the Galaxy, and that kind of affected the trajectory of his career. But he's good. Samuel L. Jackson is very much punching above his weight in this, with this character, which, come to find out, you know, talking about these interesting black characters, this character was written
for him
because they wanted him to play Preacher's role, and he didn't want to play the cook. So then they said, well, you know, we want to be in the Samuel L. Jackson business, so we'll make something for Samuel L. Jackson. Which, conversely, once you realize that LL Cool J's role was written for Samuel L. Jackson, you understand why it's a little meatier and a little more nuanced than this sort of throwaway character should be. And LL Cool J, I think, really does well. Yeah. He's charming. He's funny. He is a bit of the audience's POV.
Yes.
Speaking of this evoking Alien and you know, me loving the working classness of Alien, like we talked about a few weeks ago, this is in my top 5 favorite Michael Rappaport performances.
I'm glad you shouted it out. I think he's actually very good
in it. I really like Michael Rappaport.
He is very good in it.
And, you know, like, I was trying to think off the top of my head, what have I liked him more in? And I came up with Bamboozled and Higher Learning. But I really like Michael Rappaport in this.
He's very good in
because he is very much, this whole thing is falling apart, and this is how I'm going to act in it. But as much as this is a dumb movie that knows it's dumb, I think it's a well-made dumb movie. So that outside of the interesting racial stuff, I was surprised how much I genuinely enjoyed it today. Like, I've always enjoyed it just as a dumb movie. But, like, I was watching today, I was like, wow, I'm really liking this. Lorraine Bracco does some work for a couple of scenes.
Oh, yeah.
So, dumb movie, some interesting black stuff. I really like it.
Right. And actually, you're saying how this is a stretch to make this a black film. I actually don't think it's a stretch. And not so much just because of, you know, Samuel L. Jackson and the kind of like bait and switch that they do with his character in there, but I think because of LL Cool J. Because LL Cool J is in almost, like you said, his own movie, you know, and performing very well at a stage in his career where he's acted before, but he's really making the transition to primarily acting at this point. I mean, that's why, you know, okay, I'll give y'all a song, and he comes up with his head is like a shark.
My head's like a shark's fin.
Okay, LL. Whatever you say. These white people will buy this from you. He wouldn't have sold that to Spike. He wouldn't have sold that to Antoine Fuqua. They'd be like, yeah, bruh. Come on, bruh. Dog, I know you got something else. Where's the real track?
Right.
Where's the real track?
Right.
This bullshit.
Right.
Because even when it comes on at the end, I was like, oh, yeah.
Right. You love LL Cool J so much that you pretended this didn't exist. This never happened.
But I think you can say that this is a black film, especially considering he is in a film all on his own but the power of his performance made them change the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The Saffron Burrows, the doctor, she was supposed to live.
Yeah.
At the end of this film. And the test audiences said, no, she ain't.
Right.
Because her character is the one that started all this.
Yes, yes, she was.
And it's talking about this movie being dumb as a bunch of rocks.
It is. And not the fancy rocks that you get from like Home Depot.
Has there been a more annoying, unbelievable, quote unquote, sexy doctor?
She's a sexy doctor who's also sexy.
Outside of, first of all, the doctor's name is Susan McAllister.
Sure.
Right? The actress name is Saffron Burrows.
Yes.
Like, I feel like it should be the reverse.
Yeah.
There has not been a more poorly cast doctor since Denise Richards in The World Is Not Enough as Dr. Wait for it, Christmas Jones.
Yes.
Nuclear physicist.
Yes. Yes. You don't think she could be a sexy shark doctor who is also sexy?
No. No. Yeah, you know they only
at one point she has to electrocute a shark, but she has to take off all her clothes.
Because that's why I cast her.
Because you got to insulate. Yeah.
Staying on her rubber suit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Please. That's why the audience was like, oh, no.
Oh, no.
No.
Yeah.
She gonna have to die.
Right. She gonna
have to die.
Yeah.
And she do. But LL really carries this film.
Yeah.
Because
he steps up.
But I like that, especially in this film, he's LL. Like that scene where he was with Samuel Jackson, that's pretty much LL talking to Samuel Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other scenes where, like, you know, his character is like this Christian guy, even though he's a cook.
Yeah.
When he is off by himself, he is legitimately like afraid.
Yeah.
He is scared.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to show his fear. Yet when he has to step up to, like, that self-preservation kicks in. It kicks in.
Yeah.
All the way to the end where he like, no, I am not going out like this.
Right.
This is why my mama gave me this crucifix.
That's right.
Boom, 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 boom.
Stab the shark in the eye.
Yo.
Hey, look.
You talk about as surprised as everybody was when Samuel Jackson gets got in this film. Everyone was just as surprised at the end when LL pries himself out of the shark's mouth.
Right. Yeah.
Like you know this wasn't what was supposed to happen, because not only is he in the shark's mouth, not only is he dragged under the water in the shark's mouth, but there is almost a truckload of blood.
Yeah, gallons.
That is shown emanating from his body.
Yeah. I love the fact that we've spent at this point an hour and 15 minutes showing the power of these. We've seen these sharks tear another shark to shreds, numerous people to shreds, but LL is so LL. The shark is not powerful enough to bite through him.
It can't get through the thigh.
Right. He fights the shark off, and then the shark immediately gulps down the scientist and rips her to shreds. Because she don't got that queen's power in her.
I'll go for the white meat.
Right.
But to me, that's enough right there to have his character, as defined as all of the characters are, yes, they're very much tropes. You know, Thomas Jane, yes, he's in the Kurt Russell role.
Mm-hmm.
Saffron Burrows in the Christmas Jones role.
Sure.
You know, Michael Rappaport, honestly, he's just his role is kind of like throwaway comedy relief and kind of has a loose connection with the Thomas Jane character. It's just that Michael Rappaport is actually doing something with it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't. You find out that he had a fair amount of like improvising in there.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just that good. Stellan Skarsgård, he's always good.
Right.
But he's gone in the first 10 minutes of the movie.
But he's doing so much work.
Well, he is.
Like with like the cigarette. Like I was like, he's putting on a class.
He is.
Just smoking this cigarette.
He is.
Like I think he thinks he's in Antigone. I was like, Stella, you're giving us way too much for a film about smart sharks. Your character has so much interiority.
I like to earn my check.
You know there's a movie about smart sharks.
They're not smarter than me.
Right.
That's how he get down.
Yeah.
So, but as much as they are, I find LL Cool J's character the more fully fleshed out character.
Sure.
And so I actually am fine landing on this as 100% a black film.
Okay.
And you're right. It's dumb as hell.
Yeah.
The special effects are a little wonky.
Yeah, a little
wonky
dodgy
at the time.
Yeah.
They're even more wonky now. But at the time, it was the early computer generated,
Mm-hmm.
you know, sharks that were going on. So you're forgiving it for that. It's just a dumb B movie that's a lot of fun.
Look, I was talking about they don't make movies like this anymore. I think you either have super serious science fiction / genre films, or it's super tongue-in-cheek Sharknado type things.
Yeah.
This kind of sweet spot, you just don't get this sweet spot like this anymore. Like this is, I know you're not a fan of this film necessarily, but this kind of Buckaroo Banzai, again, Big Trouble in Little China, where it's not super smart, but it's also not so cool.
Yeah, too cool for school.
Yeah, it's too cool for school. And it is. Look, I have seen this movie conservatively 5 or 6 times before I rewatched it this afternoon. I was actually engaged watching it.
Yeah.
And I know the film. Lynn, I laughed out loud again today. When talking about the direction, that scene is so well done because it is the rising action. Samuel Jackson is in the middle of this character revealing monologue. He's getting you're getting these close-ups of Jackson and Thomas Jane where you're realizing this is the moment that they're going to begin to respect each other. You think this is when the film is going to turn a little bit, and now they're going to begin to actually come together as a team. And then the shark jumps out and gets his ass.
Yep. Yomp. And then and they get to his ass. They rip that shit.
Michael Rappaport says, "I'm not moving from this spot."
Michael Rappaport says, "They ate him.
They ate him. They ate him.
They ate him.
And I'm not moving from this spot. They just gonna come and they had to come get me. I'm not moving from this spot." And I said, I relate
to that. But see, and I laughed out loud at that too. But I also laughed out loud at the end when Saffron Chips over here, she goes to sacrifice herself.
Yes.
To the shark, and I think she like whistles or something to call the shark's attention, and LL, who has just got rescued.
Yes.
He's sitting off on the side, and he just all of a sudden, like, raises his eyebrows, like, as if to say, oh, now you're doing something. I howled. Because when she jumps into the water, Thomas Jane character is like, Susan, no. LL is just like,
well, yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So I see where you land as far as it being a black film.
Sure, I'm gonna follow your lead.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, black film.
Do you recommend Deep
You know
Blue
what,
Sea?
Lynn? I actually do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I genuinely do. Like I genuinely think this is a well put together film. The concept is really dumb.
Yes.
The idea behind it is really dumb. But I think the direction, I think the script, I think the acting, I think the, plot aside being dumb, I thought the story was well put together, the way it kind of unfolds. Dare I say, I think this is a good movie.
Yeah.
So I would recommend it as it's like, look, y'all, it's a good movie. I think you should watch it.
The funny thing is that I just this weekend rewatched Jaws.
Yeah.
For the umpteenth time.
Of course.
And loved it.
Of course.
I actually watched it telling myself, you know what? I think I'm going to watch Jaws and then I'm going to watch Jaws 2.
Womp womp.
Well, I didn't watch Jaws 2, but
good.
But you know why? Because, and I knew this all along, watching Jaws again for the 80th time.
Sure.
I realized what I truly enjoy about that film, as much as the whole things with the sharks and everything, I love the camaraderie between Roy Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss, and Robert Shaw.
Of course.
Those characters. And those characters, there's drama there in between them, but they're so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
They're just watching them bounce off one
Like
another.
you actually wish they had gone on a fishing trip.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So watching this, and then, we had missed last week, so we're like, all right, so what are we going to do? Are we just going to jump to my movie this week? I said, no, let's do Deep Blue Sea. Because in my mind, this is a perfect part 2 to Jaws.
How about, and I think I think they would take that as the greatest compliment.
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly.
You're
because
right.
it's not trying to be Jaws at all. It's not trying to be too serious. It's pitch perfect.
Look, off the top of my head right now, I think there are 3 good shark movies.
Oh.
That are all different from one another.
It's this.
These 2.
And
Open Water.
There you go. Yep.
But I think it's really, really difficult to make a good shark movie when the first shark movie was perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, what do you, and I think, speaking of the dodgy special effects, when you read about the movie, they said as sort of in contrast to Jaws, they wanted the viewer to see the sharks a lot. So, you actually see the sharks a lot as opposed to Jaws, which is all mood and, at opportune moments. Because, as we all know, Bruce, the shark, was never working correctly. But yeah, I did not know before this afternoon that this has spawned a series.
Me neither.
There are 2 sequels to this.
Me neither.
Direct-to-video sequels.
Yes. And we'll never see them.
No, well, we'll never talk about them on the Micheaux Mission.
Oh, you're going to watch them?
Oh, my God. Smart sharks. Of course I am.
Okay. I ain't like it that much. That's our review of Deep Blue Sea. Before we tell you what we're going to be reviewing next week here on the Micheaux Mission, I invite you to find us on our website, MicheauxMission.com. 2 men, 1 podcast, every black film ever made, where you can buy swag, and for a short time remaining, you can get swag from TeePublic, because we got some announcements coming that way, boy.
All right.
Can't wait. Oh, can't wait. Patreon people, you already know. good stuff coming. But go there and you can find all our special events, everything that's going on here at Micheaux Central. You can follow the Micheaux Mission on the social media of your choice. Instagram, Threads, Facebook at Micheaux Mission. You can also find the Micheaux Mission wherever you find podcasts. Micheaux Mission is on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, and we're on YouTube. Wherever you find us, please follow, subscribe, hit the bell, be notified of when we go live, when we put up our videos, when the podcast is available. Please do that. We appreciate that. And if you want to have your thoughts read here on the Micheaux Mission, you can email us at micheauxmission@gmail.com, MICHEAUX@gmail.com. The Micheaux Mission is filmed right here in Anga Studios. If you want to book your podcast here in Anga Studio, go to angastudio83.com for details and send a missive to the studio. The Micheaux Mission is also a proud member of the Believe podcast network. Believe, BLEAV, every sport, every topic, everywhere. Go to believe.com, check out their whole host of podcasts. And if you want to help support the show, please become a patron at Patreon, where just $5 gives you access to 3 monthly podcasts. And believe me, that goes a long way to helping us with the show. And if you can't do that, that's fine. Just tell a friend.
Everyone tell one person.
Tell one person about the show. That helps us as well. Next week here on the Micheaux Mission, Vincent, I know I had chosen a film, but I've decided we're going to skip right to your film.
Oh, okay.
We're going to skip right to your film because I can't wait to talk about this film. We're going to be talking about our Jordan Peele. Next week here on the Micheaux Mission, we are going to take time and watch and review Nope.
Yep.
Until then, he's Vincent, I'm Len, and in parting we say,
we'll see you when it's time to meet again.